Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to teach very simply today how to hit 10K a month or more a month with your knowledge, just with what you know how to do. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. And I got started in my company over 20 years ago doing exactly that. Learned how to take my background as a corporate trainer and my systems as a mom and package my know how into high ticket premium coaching and consulting. And as a direct result of that, I've had the opportunity to coach thousands of women over the years and change their lives. I've changed my life. I work about 31 hours a month servicing clients. It's an honor to be able to support smart, sharp, dynamic women who make a difference in this world, who have a mindset for change, who are uh, action-oriented implementers, game changers, thought leaders. And if that's you, you're going to love this live tonight. I'm going to teach very simply today, how do you hit 10K or more a month in business? It's a question that I get all the time. And I typically work with service-based professionals, coaches, consultants, trainers, online educators, course creators, authors, speakers who want to figure out how to go from maybe selling their time or charging low fees or undervaluing what they're doing to changing their business models to represent a higher level of value and transformation for the client. And if that's you, you're going to love what I'm going to share with you tonight. My only goal is to serve you. And do me a favor, and if there's anything that I say tonight that really resonates with you, I want you to share with other people, a nugget, a tip, or something that you learned as a result of being here tonight. It's my honor to be able to serve you. Just a little bit more about me. I am a mom. For all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. And I wanted to do this live specifically because I started my business as a mom. And when I started my business, my youngest son was 4. And I made a promise to myself. I said, by the time he's in school full time, I'm going to have this thing all figured out. I think he might have been 3. I'm going to have this all figured out. And maybe you've said something like that to yourself. You've given yourself a transition plan to get your business model to a place where it's profitable enough that you can actually call it a business. All right. And if that's you, you're going to love it. Or maybe you're already in business, but the way that you are earning is so time intensive. You want to restructure the way that you earn. You're going to love what I'm going to share tonight. And I can tell you, as a direct result of me growing this business, building my business, it has allowed me to show up for my family in ways that I only imagined. My husband developed kidney disease over a decade ago and went on dialysis. And for me, it was a life-changing moment for him, but it also was a life-changing moment for me. And I realized that had I not built the models that I had built in my business, I wouldn't have been able to show up for my family when they needed me most. And I know that most of us build a business and we focus on financial stability, and financial stability is really important. But another component is being able to build a business that gives you back your time. And if you haven't thought about that, time is an incredible asset. It's something that I have great respect for. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today. So if you're ready, I want you to write "I'm ready." Even if you're watching this as a replay, I don't know what platform you're watching this on, but no matter what, I want you to write "I'm ready," because you have to be ready to receive a powerful message. And this is going to be a powerful message. So tonight, how to hit 10K or more a month. And I wanted to do this in the next couple of weeks. I'm hosting a live master training in Baltimore, where over the course of 3 days, I'll help women take their knowledge and package it to sell it as a high ticket and a premium product. And it's a learn and do event where I teach you and then you actually implement, so that you know exactly what you need to do, what the pieces are for you to be able to charge, package what you know, price to fully value what you do, and how to market to attract your ideal buyers, and also how to sell and close, because most people have no idea how to do that in a way that's organic and natural to them. So if you haven't heard about it, I want you to make sure you check it out. It's called The Giant Experience, and I'll post it here, and then I'll just jump in, okay? And at the end of this live, I'll also be open to take any questions that you might have for me, all right? So I'm just gonna highlight this link here. TheGiantExperience.com is the master training, June 2nd through 4th. I'm hosting live in Baltimore, okay? All right, so let's just jump in. So 10K or more months, what do I think are most important? So I remember for me, when I first got started in business, the very first goal I had was to have a six-figure year. And I think for most entrepreneurs, when they get started, they know that they've got a real solid product if their business can hit six figures or more. I think most people, when they're moving the needle in their business, if they can hit a quarter million or more, they know that they've got a great business that can make a difference in many other ways. So six figures is usually that initial goal, and then $250,000 is usually that secondary goal. But how do you do it with packaging your knowledge specifically? What are the most important variables? So let's talk about them. Number one, all right, the first thing that I want you to think about when you're thinking about packaging your knowledge is your uniqueness, right? Your authenticity. And I'm going to go a little bit deep on this, and this might even be a little controversial for many of you because all the rage right now is chat GPT, right? And AI, and building courses based on leveraging these incredible tools, which are smart thinking algorithms that can help us really create and churn out some really amazing tools. But you maybe are like me right now, and you've read so many emails that start with unleash and unlock, and it just sounds all the same. What I'm telling you is that if you want to hit six figures or more in your business, you really want to think about what is it that you do that's completely different than what everyone else does. And I'll tell you that most people are always going to look for a shortcut, and shortcuts have their places in our world. But I've been a consultant for many years for corporations. I've coached thousands of clients over the years. And the one thing that never gets old is when you have an ability to create a result for someone to solve their problems. People have problems, and you have specific solutions based on your thought leadership. That never gets old. You know, you're going to see, I've seen so many tools and um, devices over the years, or things that have come that have been all the rage. But the one thing I can say, being in business over the last 20 years, that has never changed is that people always are going to have problems. And people always are going to value intimacy. And people are always going to want to know from folks who really have the ability to show that they can create a result for someone. So why am I telling you this? The first thing I want you to remember, if you are looking to hit six figures or more, leveraging your knowledge, is what is it that you do that's distinct and different? Not what is it that you do that's like everybody else. Because I can tell you for a fact that scarcity is the thing that makes you valuable, and most people don't operate that way. They're just they follow the crowd. They don't want to put in the work. They don't value their own thought leadership and what they bring to the table. And as a result of that, they devalue their gifts. And I don't want you to do that. So if you want to hit six figures or more, you've got to think about what is my secret sauce? What is it that I do that is distinct to me based on the problems that I know how to solve, the training that I've had, the expertise, the education that I have. And when you think about what you do from that perspective, you put yourself in a category of your own. So if you value being in a category of your own, I want you to write, I value that, right? Being in a category of one. And a category of one puts you in a place where you can solve problems and issues for organizations, individuals, and corporations that no machine can do. Okay, well, maybe it can do, but not based on your life story and your specific path and methods. And that's really important for people to get in this day and time. All right, so that's the first thing. The second piece is then, once you're really clear on what is it that you do that's distinct to you, that's your proprietary method, is then to think about packaging it into your own system. And it's what my zone of genius is. I'm a corporate trainer by trade. And what I do is help my clients, no matter what they do, take their knowledge and put it into a step-by-step system that they can sell or they can license. And if you have the ability to create results for others and you have your own system, that's a product, and that's sellable, that's scalable. So I'll give an example. So let's say you're a therapist, for example, you've got a specific method that helps people with a certain type of trauma, and it's your system. It's a system that you could actually package and offer to other organizations or agencies or hospital systems, etc., that would have a need for what you know how to do. And it's very, very valuable. It's not something that you would sell for low ticket. It's something that's a high ticket result. Do you see why it's really important to think about what is it that you know? What is it that you know how to do? What makes you unique? What's based on your training, your background, your gifts, your talent, your experience, your failures, the things you've learned from? And then how can you take all of who you are and put that in a system that you can offer to the world? And really, really important to understand that it's your authenticity that makes you very, very powerful. It is not you being a duplicate of everyone else. And I say this, and I mean it gently, because I love leaning into new technology, and I certainly am looking at Chat GPT and what it can do and all of it. But I'm also really, and it's really interesting to me when I thought last week, how many emails did I read that all seemed very similar to me? And I thought, man, like so many people are watering down their zone of genius because they get a free ride and they get to save 20 minutes or 30 minutes for writing the email, right? And they no longer are going to have that magic sauce to connect with their audience. And is that you? I want you to think about right now, if you want to hit 10K or more a month, we need you to show up in your business. A corporation that needs your knowledge, your background, your systems doesn't want a regurgitated version of what everybody else is doing. Are we clear? All right. The third thing that you need when you want to hit 10K or more a month in your business is you actually need to know how to price the value, what it is that you know how to do. And this is where most people have no idea, like no clue at all what they should be charging. And the reason for that is a good reason, and it's not your fault, is because we have typically had other people establish what our value is externally. Let me explain. So likely you have a job that you applied for, and it said, whatever the salary was. And so you never had to establish the price. The price was already established and you applied for that position, right? So when it comes to valuing your own knowledge, your own expertise, most people are at a loss. They have no idea how to charge for the results and transformation that they bring to the table. And it is the reason why most individuals, most smart, sharp women undervalue what they do, what they bring to the marketplace, because they have no idea, where do I start? Now, this is where people typically come up with their prices, and this is where they do it all wrong. They'll Google search people that they deem that has likeness to what they do. And they'll choose their pricing. They'll say, okay, that person is charging $500 an hour and that must be what I should be charging. But the problem with that is if that person doesn't know their value, if they don't know how to calculate their value, then you get their value. You don't get the value of the transformation that you bring. And one of the things that I'm really great at is helping my clients understand what they do, what they bring, how to value what they do to the marketplace so that they can stand in their value. My clients charge between $2,500 to about $150,000 per client. And most of my clients, my average client charges really around $12,000 per client. And many of them, when they came to me, were charging $100 an hour, $150 an hour. They just simply didn't understand how to calculate their own value. And if this is you and this is resonating with you, I'm so excited, right? Because that's why I do these lives, so that I can reach you and get you to understand, wholeheartedly that, calculating your value is really important. If you want to hit 10K or more a month, think about how many people you have to talk to in order for you, if you're charging $200 an hour, how many people do you have to talk to in order for you to hit 10K, right? 50 people. Right. So if you had the ability to know how to take what you're doing, package it in a different way that was higher value, and you get clients at $2,500 per client, you only need 4 clients in opposed to 50 clients in order for you to have a 10K month. And I hope you're understanding the mindset. So most people don't know what would go inside of a high-end package or a premium package, and I can certainly support you with that. But I want you most importantly to understand, how do you go from charging hourly or low fees or not at all to being able to consistently hit 10K or more a month? Is this making sense? Are you getting value? Now, if you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value. What we're talking about today, very simply, is how to hit 10K or more a month And it is usually the first milestone in a business. When you're packaging your knowledge, it says, hey, it's proof of concept that there's something that's working. And most people don't know how to do this without killing themselves, right? Trading time for dollars. And what I teach my clients how to do specifically is how to package your knowledge into high ticket offerings so that they can sell their knowledge one to many. And if you don't understand that, definitely you need to reach out maybe for a strategy session. I'll put the link here. Also, let me slide this here and I will I'll put the link here so you can book a 1 second strategy session. Okay, 1 second. Let me grab the link. Nope. 1 second. All right. Okay. All right. So I think I clicked myself out. Okay. So anyway, here's the link for that. All right. So anyway, if you need some support on how to package your knowledge into a high ticket product, you can use the link that I just posted here, which is package my knowledge. It's a strategy session, about 30 minutes, where we'll support you with figuring out what are the money centers in your business based on your knowledge and your uniqueness. Now, here's the fifth way that gets in the way of people hitting 10K or more each and every month. Most people do not know how to sell at all. And so I work with a lot of physicians, a lot of service-based professionals that are away from the dollars. They are not the individuals who are charging for their services. And if this is you, this will really support you. A lot of times, the way that we have seen other people sell feels slimy. It feels, it feels pushy. And one of the things that I like to do is teach my clients a really simple and organic ways to be able to take their knowledge and sell what they do in a way that is true to them. And it's simple scripting. It literally is simple scripting. And once you understand how to do that and you implement that, you can close more. My approach to selling is never to push a client into a sale. It is literally have the client ask me for the sale, ask me how I can support them. And there are very specific ways to do that that really work. So if you want to hit 10K or more each and every month, you've got to have a systematic sales process. And if you don't have a systematic sales process, it is the reason why you are not selling. That means that it doesn't have to be a complicated funnel. No, you don't have to go live every single day. No, you don't have to be on every single platform every single day in order for you to create amazing success. In fact, what we know is that Facebook is showing less and less and less, right, of the content. About 3% of the people who are on your Facebook page actually see your live broadcast when you go live, right? So that's real. So there's got to be another method to be able to close clients, and there is. It's a systematic selling process. And it's something that I teach my ideal clients how to do so that their ideal clients can ask them for the sale. And it takes off the pressure. You're not begging clients to work with you. They raise their hand. They say, yes, I want to work with you. And they want to work with you because you're positioned properly. And I would say that number 6 is understanding how to market and structure your marketing message so that you're directly in front of the ideal clients. So, if you want to hit 10K or more, you've got to be in front of people who are investors. And, money equals trust and respect. It just is true. The reality is that when a client is making an investment, they're trusting that you're going to deliver services to them. And I take that really seriously in my business that, when my clients make an investment, my goal is to over deliver to them. And I do this each and every week by serving them and supporting them and answering their questions and giving them every single thing that I have so that they create results, right? They have to do the work. And I say they have to do the work and your clients have to do the work, because just because your clients are working with you doesn't mean that they'll create a result because they sign up for a course. They have to be implementers, right? They have to be students of the business. They have to be the people that actually, if you want it, if someone's supposed to write a book, they've got to actually write their own book. Does that make sense? Right? So that's really important. But the other piece of this is you also have to know how to position yourself, your marketing, your message, so you're in front of the right buyer. And if you don't know how to do this, it means that you can have the right message, but you could be attracting the wrong audience. And that's one of the reasons that most people don't hit six figures. But the reason that people do hit six figures is because they know how to dial in their marketing message to get directly in front of their ideal buyers. And I know for me, I work with people who are highly vested. They are investors in a solution they have their entire lives. They equally are people who have integrity, who say yes, and they figure it out. They're implementers. They do the work. They value and respect the investments that they make. They pay on time. They are the kind of people they're smart and they're sharp, and they love to share their know-how with others. So we have a great community of giants, women who cheer one another on. That's really important culture that I think is important to have in any business. And I love it, right? And so they're highly actionable. So you got to think about you and the kind of people that you like to work with, and then you need to structure a message around that. And I'm really great at helping my clients curate what that message is, so that their ideal clients become clear. That is the person that I need. So I wanted to come on here live tonight to talk about how could you hit $10,000 or more each and every month. And those are the things that I wanted to share with you. Did you get value, right? Or did you get value tonight? This is really simple, but it's very powerful. And I wanted to come on specifically because so many people are all about, like, I'm going to write my book this weekend with ChatGPT. I'm going to build my course this weekend with ChatGPT. And I'm thinking to myself, cool. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. However, never forget that the value will be paid based on the value of the transformation you can provide. And there's nothing that can replace that. And the moment that you water down what it is that you know how to do, you diminish your value. So it's very, very important to understand your authenticity is your power, and understanding how to package it, how to value it, how to sell what you do is so important. Knowing what the transformation is that you bring, and not being a smaller version of every single person. And I challenge you this week to, as you're reading your emails, right? Read your emails and look at the likeness, the similarity of how all these emails are sounding exactly the same. I was like, this is crazy, right? Because people want the easy road. Everybody wants something that's easy. And the problem is that when you are with everyone else, you don't stand out, and you're not going to attract the high-end clients, because people who are high performing, people who are high level investors, they don't want to sound like everyone else. They want to work with people who are in that category of one. And I hope that you hear where I'm coming from with this, and that you'll take what I'm saying and leverage it. Any ahas or takeaways as a result of you being here today? Anybody want to share an aha or takeaway as a result of being here today? I told you I would open the floor. If there were questions, I'll take them. If they're not, then I'll sign off. But I from my heart, I wanted to share with you what I think is really important perspective for you to have as you think about taking your knowledge, packaging your knowledge into a high ticket structure, online or offline. If I can support you anyway, I invite you to come join me live in Baltimore, June 2nd through 4th, for the Giant Experience Master Training. It is my signature event where I help you over the course of 3 days take what you know how to do, build out your own proprietary system, package it, price it, sell it, right, for high ticket, and come up with your sales process for that. And it's life-changing, really. It doesn't have to take forever for you to really get clear on what is it that you do in your zone of genius, and how you can create amazing transformation for others, because you already are. But likely you're just underselling because of some things you just don't know how to do. Thank you. Who is that? Who wrote that? Go Mia. You are awesome. I can't see your name, but I appreciate you for being here, and thank you. And you can type your name so I can see who that is. But I'm excited that you're here. Did you get value tonight? All right. So my message, my appeal to you is just remember to show up and be gigantic for yourself. Just remember that we need your voice. We need your uniqueness. We need you to understand what makes you different and unique, and not for you to be a watered down version of what everybody else is doing. Because if you do, you'll get paid just like everybody else. You'll be sharing that pool. Okay. Oh, Raymond, thank you, darling. You'll get paid from that pool. And if you don't, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be in a category of one, all by yourself. I'm so excited I had the opportunity to share with you today. I appreciate you. Have a great and amazing night. I love you. Talk to you soon. Have a good night.